this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I am going to be doing a demo on how to paint a Cosmo flower, or I probably will do like a set of 3 of them. But anyhow, that's what my goal today is just do a quick video on how to paint an easy Cosmo. I'm going to be using Wicker White. These are all Folk Art brand. Magenta. Actually, I believe these are all multi-surface. Light Lavender, Peridot, and then Burnt Umber. Oh, I forgot. Moon Yellow and Sunflower. Alright, brushes I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a large, it's a 3/4 inch flat brush. Scruffy Brush, which is a 1/4 inch. And I think I'm not using that one. Actually, number 12 flat brush. And then possibly this liner, but I'm not sure. It's the fine liner from Westonia. That's the nail brush. Alright, so anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by basically loading my brush with the Magenta, the Wicker White, and a little bit of the light lavender. And I'm going to start with a flower here at the top, and I'm going to do just a quick up and down movement with it. Let me do it again here. It's just a quick, I'm just kind of doing, so it's kind of a wiggly edged petal. It's a little dry right there. Do that again. Probably going over it too much. So anyhow, you're starting down here. You're going to kind of wiggle it a little bit, but bring your brush up and down so that you have some color going throughout the petal itself. Then I'm going to come over here, do a couple little starting strokes, and basically do the same thing, up and down, and bring it back around. And you can go over, like I said, if you aren't satisfied with the look of that, then just come it back down. Now you don't have to load the lavender on it all the time. Like this one, I'm going to just do it with the white. There's a little bit of lavender on my brush, but that's fine. Just kind of smooth that out that way. I am just going to keep turning my paper as I'm doing this. Trying to leave a little bit of the center open, and the mere reason for that is because I'm going to tap in a center. I'm just going to kind of rotate it here, just keep going, bringing it up, wiggling it a little bit and bringing it back down. And I've seen different versions of a Cosmo. I should go outside and look because I actually have some out in my garden. But I've seen them done with actually just smooth leaves on the end, like rounded. And I like more of the wiggly, I think is a closer version of it. Okay, and then let's keep going here with it. On this one I'm going to start over here, so make sure you can see it. And I'm sorry, with being left-handed, it's just so hard at times to keep my hands to where you can actually see what I'm doing, what I'm creating. Like that. And then we'll come back around here. Just keep in mind you're just kind of wiggling it slightly and bringing it back. So I want a little bit, I want the magenta, but I want a little bit of that lavender showing as well. Bring it back. And then I'm going to do this, bring it up a little bit, and then just kind of swing it around like that, so it's not an open, completely opened petal, flower petal. Like that. Just make it look a little bit different. like I said, I'm going to do it in a set of 3. I'm just going to do a little bit overlapping, bringing my brush down and bringing it. Put a little bit of that lavender into it. I'm going to smooth this out a little bit. I don't like the way that looks. There we go. And then just keep it going. With this one, I'm going to bring it back like that. Let's do it again. Bring it back up like that. Just kind of giving it a little bit of movement. Doesn't have to be, but put some more lavender in that. Alright. I'm going to throw one more petal in here and finish it up. Alright, so there we go. Now what I'm going to do next is use my number 12 and take some of the magenta and white. Before I actually tap in a center, I'm going to do this. I want it to have more of the magenta around going up into the petals, but when I've done it, I don't like it. I like it better like this, because you can actually do it more of a solid, that you're doing a transition color from the bottom to the top. But I like it more like this, just pulling it away just on the chisel edge. Alright, I'm going to go over here and do the same thing. So what I was saying is, you can actually, if you want it to be more of a solid look, you can do that to where it's darker towards the center of the flower. But I'm just doing it this way. This is my interpretation, basically. So if you wanted to do a different interpretation and make it more of a solid magenta in the center, you can do that too. But then I'm going to take my heat gun and dry this a little bit so that I get a better center when I'm painting. Because I don't like the messy centers. I feel like a lot of times I'm getting a messier looking center than I really want. A little bit more here. I'm just pulling it out from the center using the chisel edge. Alright, so I'm going to dry these and we'll go from there. Alright, so what I'm finding too, that I mentioned about the samples that I've seen painted and the edges of the flowers being more rounded, as opposed to when I'm actually looking at an actual flower, they have more of a rigid edge. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Now I'm getting ready to use my little Scruffy Brush, my 1/4 inch, and I'm trying to, I want to do this. This is why I was doing it with this, with some darker edge on the bottom if possible. I'm trying to get the sunflower in here too. Because if you look at one of these flowers, they have a darker ridge around them. And I don't know if that's more of a shadow or what exactly it is, but I wanted it to have a little darkness around it. and not be real obvious. But I'm not sure if these centers are completely dry right now, so I'm kind of treading lightly here. I never feel like I get my centers exactly the way I want them when I'm painting. Now, I'm not sure why that is. I think I'm used to doing them one way, which is an old way to do them. And then I'm learning other ways to do them, and it's just different. Okay, a little bit more yellow up in there. A little bit of the sunflower. And I want to get a little bit of a darker, hopefully I'm going to get it darker around there. Alright, and then we got one more to do. A little bit brown than that. I think these are pretty. If you have, in your paintings, done a Cosmo design, I'd love to see it. Please feel free to share it on my Facebook page. The information will be listed down below. I'll take some of that paint out of there. See where this is a little wet still. Darkness down here. We got too much darkness now, of course. Tap, tap, tap. Tap it in here. I would recommend like allowing more drying time, definitely. Let's see this one. Okay. Alright, so there we go with that. Now, as far as I guess I will go ahead and use this. If you've ever looked at Cosmos, they don't really have big leaves. They have maybe some vining that comes down, and it's not real wide. You know, definitely not a real wide vein or vine that it's on, or stems or whatnot. A lot of, you know, just kind of craziness. You probably do well to do better with a liner brush or a round brush, but it's just real spindly. So I'm just going to do it just real quickly here. But it's not real leafy. There's just these, I don't even know how to say it, how to describe them. I'm not going to put it up into the flowers, but you get the gist of it. And just kind of stringy. I mean, if you want it to come up over the leaves, you can, but there you go. So I'm going to leave it as that. Again, this was just a quickie tutorial on how to paint Cosmos. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you liked the video, remember to give me a big thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That'll alert you when I post something new. And also, one more thing, if you would hit the share button at the bottom of the video, share this with your friends and family and your social network, I certainly would appreciate it. And until the next video, you have a good one.